Hello everybody, and welcome to a bit of a random video in a way. For those who saw my video last week going over my favorite games, I mentioned how Final Fantasy VII is my favorite series of all time, and how I finally got my hands on and finished Rebirth. And this out the gate, I'll let you guys know now, this video is going to have spoilers. So if you haven't played the games yet and you don't want to be spoiled by anything, do not watch this video. Come back later after you finish the games. You want to join in the discussion. Also, this is a fully open video for a pure discussion. It's all going to be speculations, theories, ideas I have, what's going to be coming to the future, and it's going to be a civil place. If I see people bad talking each other, like someone calling someone stupid or anything, you're out of here. We're civil. We're a society. We're here to talk about it because, man, I need to talk about it. I didn't make a video when I finished Remake. I wanted to back in the day, and I just never did it. But going back after doing this, I have to talk to somebody about this. I don't have my old co-workers I used to talk to about this anymore because we went into discussions about Remake. To jump back to Remake real quick, the whole premise of that game really was throughout the game you're noticing weird little things with Aerith and them, and they wonder. And at the end of the game, the focus is breaking the fates to break free from where you're being destined to go and carve your own path. Because I go with the theory, it makes sense to me that both Sephiroth and Aerith, these are the spirits of the ones from the Advent Children timeline. Because this, like, I'm blabbering here. I'm sorry, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I said this before. Remake is not a remake of the original games. It's a remake of the timeline. They're trying to fix things because obviously, even though they beat Sephiroth in the original game, they didn't actually kill him. They didn't get rid of him. They need to eliminate him fully because their plan, he keeps coming back, and clearly after Advent Children, if this is the time they're through, he's still around because he just goes back to the live stream, gaining more knowledge. And so, but Aerith was also there. She was also in the live stream. She knows the live stream better than probably he does. They're both navigating their ways through. That's how they control the whispers. Because I think what it's supposed to be is the black whispers are controlled by Sephiroth. That's pretty damn obvious. And the white whispers are working with Aerith because they protected her, and especially at the end of Rebirth, and they're clearly with her because they show up and she comes back. So in the remake, at the end, throughout the entire game, really, Aerith really alludes to knowing what's going to happen to her, and like there's little tidbits here and there, the way she reacts to certain things, and you go, wait, I was odd, and by the end of the game, you realize she really becomes clean, especially when talking to Sephiroth, that she knows what's going to happen to her, and she's going to fight harder this time and fight through it and try to defeat him, indefinitely defeat him. And Sephiroth clearly knows what's going to happen because he's the way he's talking about multi stuff all over the place. He has knowledge. He's trying to stop him. I think the end of the first game, what's really trying to happen is he's trying to probably keep them in Midgar, and they break through and they get past him. And Rebirth happens. We're gonna jump to the end of the game, and we'll go to the death scene, obviously, because it's well known. Aerith dies in the original Final Fantasy VII game, and it's one of the most impactful, if not the most impactful moment in gaming history, and people were nervous how they're going to handle it, rightfully so. You don't want to just outright, get her to just change her where she lives now for the sake of making her live now. That's not what they do. They make it trippy because throughout this game you really start explaining, especially towards the end, Sephiroth shows Cloud blatantly that there's multiple timelines, multiple worlds, branching off timelines of how when one thing affects it, it creates multiple timelines. And one side note, I am getting tired of everything being multiverses. Everything's multiverse now. But for being Final Fantasy 7, more Final Fantasy 7 I get. And if they can make it make sense, especially when the third game comes out, I'm fine with it. And the way they're doing it now, because Zack's quote-unquote survived, it's a separate timeline. It's not the original timeline where he died. It's another timeline where he survives because he's with a different Cloud and different Aerith. You're like, what's the point of this? And it serves purpose later on. And when they do this whole scene, Cloud saves Aerith for a second. You think he's good, or think she's good, but then he loses it a little bit. It flashes, shows Aerith stabbed, but also keeps flashing back and forth between the world where she's not dead or not stabbed. She's still lying down, which I did find that a little weird, how she was even still lying down in that one. But they kept flashing back and forth where she's bloody, not bloody. And by obviously you go through the whole end fight. At the end, one world she's lying down, dead. Everyone's mourning her, and it goes to the white world, and she wakes up when Cloud tells her to wake up. So what I'm pretty sure that's everyone's kind of agreeing with. What that's alluding to is that in the main timeline where the game's taking place right now, she is dead like the original timeline, but in an alternate world, the world where Cloud saved her, she is still alive. And Sephiroth is aware because she fights with Cloud at the end of the game. So that's a thing that's interesting going to be happening. I'm pulling this here to insert back into the theory area because I totally forgot to put this up there too. So I guess what happened with Aerith's holy material in the timeline we're playing with, because it shows clear, and in Zack's timeline, it's still untapped because she hasn't had a chance to use holy, because in that timeline she's basically almost dead. So what they did is after Cloud and Aerith fall into the pit at the temple, she brings Cloud into Zack's universe to possess those bodies, to put their mind in their minds, because those bodies are just husks. I think she probably planned that. She's like, okay, I have my husks there when I need it, and this is my time to do it. And I think that's also the point where she gave Cloud the ability to look into the other universes, because he went to go travel to another universe, and that's where she gained the powers. And she used that opportunity to give Cloud the holy materia from the other universe and bring it back to the main one. That's why Sephiroth said that's not supposed to be here, because he probably picked this universe knowing her holy material wasn't going to work, and he saw the right one, went shit. So I think that's where that's going. And it looks like also Aerith blessed Cloud with the ability to see other worlds within his world, so he has full encompassing, because at the end of the game also he's the only one that can see her, no one else can. I'm not going to out other people, because I've watched some other people playing the game online. As another creator I've started to admire, recent discovery for me, and he completely shit on the end of this game. He actually kind of craps on a lot. Like, he loved Final Fantasy VII, the original one. He recently discovered it just a couple years ago, and he completely crapped on the end of this game. And if you don't like it, that's cool, but don't call other people stupid for liking it. That's just that kind of stuff drives me crazy. Just because someone has a different opinion, you don't call them stupid. Certain things, other different opinions, like I'm talking about in the video game world. Talk about things that in the end of the don't quote unquote matter. I digress. But as he also said, it's gonna be like Arkham Knight. It's not gonna be like Arkham Knight. She's actually like in that world, because she stays behind to keep praying in the alternate world. So it sounds like they're gonna be intertwining more so. Zack's in his own world. He said he's gonna be coming back somehow, what he alluded to. He's going to come back because people love Zack. I love Zack. And even though Cloud said he's all right, at the end he's clearly still possessed by Sephiroth, which makes sense because he's stayed in his brain for a long time. And I think he's really just trying to control it even more to keep Cloud from stopping him, because I don't know. The third game can't be here soon enough, because I need conclusion, damn it. I don't want to wait years, because before, when this happened, you just change the disc and you keep on playing. Now we have to wait probably another 4 years for the next one to come out. And I have some theories what I think is going to happen in the next game. It's minor theories. I kind of want to see you guys' theories down below too, things you want to think of, because like I said, it's open discussion. It's not a full breakdown or anything by any means. Just my ideas of what I think is going to be happening in the next game. I think by the time the end's happening, is Aerith's going to come back. She's going to come back to their world and fully support from there. Just do probably in the final fight, where it's going to be against save for Sephiroth, because they put Berserker Sephiroth in this one, which I found a little odd. Like, why put a final boss fight from the original game at this point in the game? Because each stage has been different portions of the final fight. So it was cool seeing Berserker Sephiroth. I was actually like, oh crap, okay, and we'll go from there. But I think what's going to happen, she's going to come back, and it's going to be actually probably fully power up Holy, because Holy wasn't fully powered in the original game. It didn't have its full chances, why the live stream had to come forth and help out. And I think it's probably going to happen. She's going to come forth, pray harder, and fully help out Holy, and Holy's either going to win, or another theory I actually do have, I think might actually happen. I have a feeling Cloud might die, and that's why Zack's still around. I think Cloud either might die, or Sephiroth is just going to fully possess him, and Cloud's going to be on his side. So they would have to have massive cojones to do it, but I think they will, because they clearly don't care what people think. They're making the stuff, the art form they want to make, and they're going the story they want to tell. And what better way to screw over the original storyline to escape your fate for Sephiroth than fully take over Cloud and bring him to his side? Because this Cloud seems way more fragile than the original one. This poor Cloud seems way more fragile, and I think that might actually happen. And then Zack's gonna come back in the main timeline and fight with the team at the end. Shut up, keyboard. And come back and fight with them to hopefully and take Cloud back and defeat Sephiroth that way, foiling his plans, all that stuff. I think that actually, saying that out loud, that makes the most sense. I do think that's probably going to go with Cloud fully going to Sephiroth's side, Zack coming and fighting with the team to take Cloud back or kill him. One of the two. I think that makes sense in my head after saying it out loud. If you guys differ, let me know in the comments your theories too. That's just, like I said, that theory just came to me literally right now talking about this, and I wouldn't want to see it because Cloud's my boy, man. I mean, he's on every shelf behind me, so obviously Cloud, like I said before, Cloud's my favorite video game character all time, tied with Shadow the Hedgehog, who's bound by too. I found my little statue, but if they could pull it off narratively, I will love it because it could lead to a great story. At the end, what I think is probably going to happen, since Aerith isn't supposed to exist in this real world, I think what she's probably going to, either her and Zack are going to stay in this real world and be together, or she's going to take, well, Zack's home is destroyed. No, because his original world was destroyed, and then he woke up in the church. I think what's going to happen, Aerith's going to go back to with Zack and be in their world, and they're going to be together, which would be cool, because she is his first love, or he is her first love, and they're kind of meant to be together. Because it's clearly what I think, what they're especially alluding to towards the end of the game is like she's saying she likes you, but she wants to see the real you to Cloud. She clearly still loves Zack more, and I think she senses, well, at this point she would know Zack's in Cloud's brain. So I think that's what's going to happen. That way Cloud and Tifa could be together and not feel guilty knowing Aerith is happy somewhere. I think that's what might actually end up happening. That's just my theory. Again, guys, if you have different ideas, let me know. There's a full open discussion. It's a unscripted, just kind of not ranty video, but it's kind of like sputtling ideas out there of what I want to see. I want to also discuss some things like in the game. I want to talk about gameplay a little bit, game discussion wise, because that's the theories, guys. Again, that's just my theories. What I want you guys to let me know what you guys do. But gameplay wise in this game, I loved the game. The game was fantastic. I had a damn fun time. There was some gripes I had with it. This still comes back to the old game too. I don't like how they handle limit breaks, for example. They reset from fight to fight, unless I was just missing something, and whatever, they reset fight to fight, and you had to unlock the tiers to get the limits. I kind of wish you just unlocked the limit breaks and then used them. I mean, to me, that'd be better. Or, you know, I know people say, oh, you get limit break in this battle and then save it for later. It's okay, cool, do it. I mean, it helps give you an advantage. It doesn't give you too much advantage. Limit breaks did too much damage. They could, but they didn't do too much. And that's only like the gameplay part that felt a little wonky to me. Otherwise, playing as everybody was fun. Playing as Yuffie was fantastic. Playing as Red or Nanaki was fantastic. Oh wait, I do love the fact he went back to his kid voice. That's funny. Except I felt weird when he went back to his older voice after revealing his young voice. Like, especially there was one line, I think it was at the end of Cosmo Canyon, or I remember those in the Gold Saucer, where he was talking to Cloud in his young normal voice. Then for one line, oh, it's the Gold Saucer date when he's with them. He talks to him or something, or it's around that time. I'm sorry, guys, but he just tells him, like, he's talking in his normal voice, and then says thank you for coming out in his old voice, and then goes back to his normal voice. That was weird. Like, once they revealed his kid voice, but it was cute. It was fun. Like the fact he let slip the first time. Like, you're not supposed to know when he's talking to Aerith in the room, because they put the little question marks obviously about his name, that it's him talking to Aerith. You kind of jump to it being him, but then I like the fact when they're both Aerith and Tifa in their bathing suits, he lets slip his normal voice. That was funny. I was like, yeah, he's a boy. I mean, he's 48 years old or whatever it is, but he's a boy. That was great. I mean, I do the same thing, but that was just kind of silly. Otherwise, yeah, for me, the game was perfect. Only other part that felt weird to me was, I hope, because I guess storyline wise, this part hasn't happened yet. The weapons didn't come out until the North Crater and all that stuff started happening. So that means it's going to probably happen right at the start of the third game. But they changed the weapons in here. At least it make it seem like they changed the weapons to the two Kyogres. Those two giant whale-looking Kyogre dudes. They were okay. They didn't feel like weapons to me. They just felt like natural creatures from the planet. Yeah, they did fight the whispers off and everything, but like, they kind of just feel like they're there. I hope those aren't the only two. I hope in the third game they bring back the other main weapons, because I want my scene of the one getting blasted. I want that scene. And I want to fight Emerald Weapon. I want to fight Ruby. Actually, I don't want to fight Ruby Weapon because I freaking hate Ruby Weapon, but that's beside the point. And I want to fight Ultimate Weapon to finally get Ultimate Weapon in these damn games. But I hope they didn't change it toward those weapons don't exist, and now these are the two weapons. I really hope that they say, oh, the Earth's really in trouble now. Bring forth our main weapons. I hope that happens, and the two other ones stay in the live stream and help fight the whispers and stuff in the live stream. That's what I'm hoping for. Okay, in conclusion, like I said, I think this is the Cloud, Sephiroth and Aerith from the Advent Children timeline. They've had their time within the live stream. They've gained knowledge. Somehow Sephiroth has knowledge to traverse the multiverse, and Aerith is trying to stop him. She came back, helped her body, and they're going to help eliminate Sephiroth. Not just beat him. I think they're going to try to eliminate him permanently from the timelines to get him out. I really think that's what's going to happen. So thank you guys so much for watching this. Again, I know this was super off the rails, super all over the place, and super uncoordinated, but it's an open discussion. I'm kind of speaking my mind where I am at the moment. I love this game. I love the series. I need the final one. I was thinking, no other name would make sense for me more than the third game to be called Reunion. And then I remembered the Crisis Core remake's called Reunion. They could still call it Final Fantasy VII Reunion. Just drop the Crisis Core and just call the next one Reunion, because that's the perfect title. So, but Reunion is the Crisis Core. So I wonder what the third name is going to be, because it's going to be something. Retelling. Recluse. Respect. Final Fantasy VII RESPCT. Found out what it means to me, and it means I love this series. So guys, drop your theories down below, have discussions. This whole point of this video is just to have a discussion, because I want to hear you guys. I want to talk to people. That's why this whole thing was spitballing. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on what you think is going to happen in the future for this beloved series. I love it. If you didn't like it, fine by me. Don't belittle other people for liking it. Enjoy what you want, and if you don't, that's cool. Say what if there's stuff you didn't like, let me know down below too, and I might agree with you, because I love, like I said, Crisis Core is my favorite PSP game, but I fully understand why people do not like that game or the story in that game and what they did. I enjoyed it still. I liked it. I had fun with it, and I love the games. Like I said, I'm playing Dirge of Cerberus, and that game's not good, but it is Final Fantasy VII stuff. Vincent's awesome. I'm having fun playing Vincent. Drop your theories down below. Discuss civilly down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Let me know what you guys want. Let me know in the future for other games like this. If you want to see the other discussions, maybe I'll kind of plan them better and have it a little more coordinated. But I kind of like this unhingedness. It makes it feel more raw. I'll see y'all next time. Thank you. Name's David. You call me Fenrirock. Take care. First and foremost, I like to thank these beautiful people right here. And if you want to be one of these beautiful people right here, consider joining the memberships down below today. I'm a guy doing this all by himself, and I need all the help I can get. You don't have to, but I would love you so much if you did. There's also going to be like 2 videos right here, maybe even a playlist. I think what video played today. It's going to be 2 channels you sub to. You know, FCU, woohoo, merch down below. Words are hard. Name's David. You can call me Fenrirock. Terrible outros. Bye!